Grüße ausrichten lassen, aber dazu bin ich nicht mehr gekommen, weil ich einfach so nur nichts mehr richtig aufgenommen habe. Hi.
Ja, Grüße auch an Herbert. Kann ihn leider nicht hören, aber... Ja, Florida 6 Golf, something hotel. Golf Tango Hotel.
Yeah, thank you very much for picking up my call. How high is the power you are using actually? Oh, perfect. Yeah, very good signal from your side with 100 watts on the antenna. It's really an impressive signal there from your side. Your modulation is a little bit high, so the highs are very dominant. I'm not sure if you really matched the frequency perfectly. I am on 21193 in frequency. You are also there? Yeah, thanks again for picking up my call, and hope to meet you again here on the band. So, Horaya, have a nice day and a lot of more contacts here on the band. So, 73 and good luck. Bye-bye. You are that?
Sierra Tango Echo.
The Tango Echo station again, please.
Sierra Victor 2, Sierra Tango Echo.
Very great and very strong signal there from your side. No problems to pick you up. You're at 10 dB over 9, and you're also coming from the back of the antenna, so very good signal.
Okay. 59 plus 20, 59 plus 20, my friend. My name is Saki Sierra, Alpha Kilo India Sierra. Makiti 8 Kozani, 100 kilometers Thessaloniki. QSL, my friend.
Yeah, QSL, very great. How high is the power you're using there? I think you're using a beam antenna with an amplifier, right?
Roger, my friend. My antenna, beam 3 elements. Transmitter, yes, FPX 101 Delta, 100 watts. Yes, sir.
Yeah, QSL, very great signal there from your side. I'm using here a Cashcraft MA6B. It's a multiband antenna, and actually there are 2 elements active on 15 meters. So yeah, I think your antenna fits a little bit better than my one, but I'm still happy with it.
Very good. Very good signal. Microphone excellent. Beautiful. Okay, my friend. Thank you very much. Have a good
73 and good luck for further contacts. Hope to meet you again here in the band. So bye-bye.
Kilo 1 Golf Mike.
The Mike station, please.
Kilo 1 Golf Mike, over.
Kilo 1 Germany Mike, Roger.
Roger.
Yeah, good morning to you, Stephen. I think it's our first contact, so thanks for picking up my call over there. Microphone back to you.
Yeah, thanks for picking me up, and you're welcome. You're about a 5'8", 5'9", peaking 5'9" in QSB. Hopefully I'm making it over there. Are you pointed at me, or are you pointed over east? Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm pointing into your direction. Your signal is also very strong. You're also 5'9", and in the clear some dBs over S9. So a very good signal from your side, and with a very clear modulation.
Okay, very good. Thank you much. You are on the. I was going to spot you, but you're already spotted. You're one of the strongest on the band. Pretty quiet this morning. So we'll see you later. Thanks a lot. And good DX, man. 7-3, Delta Lima 2, Papa Alpha, Kilo 1, Golf, Mike. All the best there. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Steven. Hope to meet you again. Good luck, 73. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
QRZ, Delta Lima 2, Papa Alpha.
Zulu 5 Quinto Tango Zulu 59. Thank you. Sierra Papa 2 Jude. Florida 4, Golf Hotel Bravo, going secure 15. Florida 4, George January Boston, going secure listening.
Kilo 1, Golf, Mike.
Golf Mike, good morning, sir. Kilo 1, Golf Mike, thanks a lot for coming back to my call. Kilo report next over, but you sound good anyway. I don't know if I worked you before. Anyway, Alain is my name. Alpha Lima Alpha India November, center of France, in Burgundy. Oh, Steve. Steve, I'm reading my logbook, Steve, right now, and from the state of Vermont. You also buy something like that, Steve. Nice to meet you again. Last contact was back in last year in November. So I hope you're keeping well, Steve. Hope everything is okay. Kilo 1, Golf Mike, F4GHB. Good morning, Steve.
Hey, good afternoon there, Abin. And thanks for picking up the call. Good to hear you again. And I didn't realize we had worked before. I wouldn't have gotten in your way. But I'll get you on the cluster here. And you're peaking of 5 and 7, peaking of 7 in there. So good signal on a very quiet band. Not a lot of activity, but I am pushing a live stream on my YouTube channel. And how far in are we? We are probably about 10 minutes into the stream. So if you want to go back in and check out your signal and anything else, please feel free to do that once it closes and renders. Yeah, we got a lot of snow coming down right now, and it's pretty ugly. We're finally into winter. A little late to the party, but it's happening. We've got about 6 inches of snow on the ground right now, and it's coming down hard. So I think it's supposed to do this all week from what I heard, so we'll see. F4GHB, Kilo 1, Golf, Mike.
Yeah, okay, fine copy, Steve. Kilo 1, Golf, Mike, F4GHB. All copied, okay, Steve. Thank you for the 5-7 report. You are also 5-7 and touching 8, So it's an easy copy. And you're right, I agree with you, Steve. And the frequency, the band is very clear and no, it's okay, really okay, Steve. And I was a few minutes ago. I was on 17, and but I called secure, just secure, not secure DX, just secure, and no reply, nothing heard on 17, and so then I tried on 15, and I heard you quite strong.
I'll remind you, Jonathan,
your WX and,
when I clear here.
A bit of snow on the ground. Oh, not here, touch wood. No snow. Keep the snow. I hate the snow. No, but it's just 1 degree. Just 1 degree, plus 1 degree. So it's pretty cold, and the sky is gray and overcast. So and I'm a little bit in my radio shack because last week I was and still under the weather. I got bronchitis very hard, so I can't stay outside and not just in my house and doing nothing. Anyway, running right now. How many watts? Yes, 200 whiskeys still. The antenna is my homebrew 2-element cubical quad, 10 meters high, 12 meters high, and the radio is Stargo 990 by Yezo. So back to you, Steve. Kilo 1 Golf Mike F4GHB. Back here.
Okay, Albin. Yeah, a cubical quad. I don't think you mentioned that last time. So I'm a big fan of the full wave loops. What do they call it? The loop life, right? Loop life. Nothing better than full wave loops. at least for me. I've had that happen so many times before. I'll get in, the band is open, right? I can tell that I'm being heard. I'm assuming that I'm being heard, and I call and call and call, and nobody comes back. And I'm thinking, what the heck? So I'll look at the spectrum, and I'll go to a signal that I see, and I'll call, and I'll get through first call. So people are hearing me; they just don't want to talk to me. But you can't take it personally. Anyways, here, working conditions. I'm pushing about 350 watts. And the antenna is it's hard to describe. It's a baby BKW, basically. Mini doublet, 11.9 feet per leg, across the top with 39 feet of ladder line to a Aircore 4-to-1 with 140 feet of coax to the shack. And works on 17, 15, 12, and 10. It does work on 6, but my amplifier tuner does not like to tune it. So quite an interesting antenna, the only one of its kind that I could find that was like specifically designed for 17 and up, with all bands working equally well. Works equally well on 17. The 15 is kind of the kill box for it, but works great on 10, 12, 15, and 17. So for a single element antenna, it's quite remarkable. I suspect there's vertical elements of polarization in there as well. Anyways, that's a long one. Hopefully you still copy F4GHB Kilo 1 Golf Mike, over.
Easy copy. What is your radio, Steve, your radio?
The radio is a Sun SDR2DX, over.
Okay, SDR. Okay. All copied, okay, Steve. From F4GHB. All copied, okay, and you're running 350 watts into your antenna. I didn't get everything about your antenna, I must admit. Steve, it's, as you said, it's a bit difficult to explain. Yes, I think you're right. But one thing is sure, it works very well because you have Fast 7, 5750, Steve. And good audio, by the way, very good audio, loud and clear. And and right now I'm looking at your page, beautiful pictures. Beautiful pics on your page, Steve. Very good. So what else? Nothing special. And yes, I think the band is open, wide open. You're right. And but I like the 15 meters. But my favorite band is the 17. 17 is a narrow band, but no contest on this band, Steve. And I'm not, to be honest with you, I'm not really a fan of contesting. Anyway, Steve, thanks a lot for the nice contact. I wish you the best. Thanks a lot for the nice contact, sure. And I hope to work you very soon. Keep warm, keep safe, and feel free to call me anytime. You hear me on frequencies, Steve. Always a pleasure. Kilo 1 Golf Mike F4GHB. All the best, Steve.
Hey, have fun there, and super fun to connect with you. Great operator, and a pleasure this side, my friend. 7-3. Have a good day. I got you spotted, so hopefully you get some activity coming in stateside here. F4GHB, you have a great week coming up. And great to hear you. I agree with you. 15 has become probably my favorite band, along with 17. And 12 is an interesting band. I really enjoy that band. But it's not always cooperating in here. So Anyways, work bands, 1712, they're great bands when it's busy, isn't it? The contest. You want to escape the contest? 1712, yeah, that'll do it. 7-3, we'll catch you later. F4GHB, K1GMM, see ya.
See you soon. Bye-bye. See you. 7-3.
F4GHB from November 8 Queen Sugar, NAQS, over.
Oh, good morning. Very good morning, Terry. Oh, I heard you.
Wow, that's a great signal.
I think I heard you. It was on 17.
VH3 Sierra Sierra Golf 59.
Seriously, dude, learn how to zero beat.
QRZ. Alpha Mexico.
Oh, shoot.
Alpha Mexico.
On 15 meters. So anyway, you sound good, Terry. I hope everything is okay. I'm not really good. I got last week a cold. I caught
Hotel America 5, Oscar Whiskey.
Yeah, did you get that, Jonathan, what the antenna is? I'm assuming you did.
The fifth letter is hotel.
Hotel Alpha 5, Oscar Whiskey.
Mike 0 Oscar Uniform Golf.
I think I've worked this guy. I think he was on the cluster, but it disappeared.
Again, fifth letter.
I think that's a 9 alpha.
Captain Alpha, Mike Alpha, Mike.
Tell you, this antenna is really remarkable, man. I get most of the time better signal reports that don't make sense with guys running beams. I don't understand it.
Hotel America 5, Oscar Whiskey.
I'm going to get in here and call CQ somewhere.
Echo Alpha station, only Echo Alpha, please. Echo Alpha, only Echo Alpha, please.
I mean, the thing behaves.
India Kilo. India Kilo, please.
There you go, Jonathan. Get writing.
India Zulu 8, Fox Charlie Romeo 59.
What's up, Andy?
Thanks to you.
Good morning. Good afternoon. Can't remember where you're at. I think you're in the UK, right?
Mike 7 MHC 59. Thanks, Nick. My name is Jan. Good luck.
What's your call sign?
Alpha 5.
Okay, I'm not going to wait for the call sign. If you won't give his call sign, I'm not going to work him.
Whiskey, is that a Roger?
I don't know why guys do that. I think they get caught up in the pileup.
Ciao, QRZ.
Hey, Dean, what's up there, Captain?
Italia Tango 9, India Quebec. Non ho capito la prima lettera. Roger, IT9 FAQ, perfetto 59, grazie. Ciao, Italy 4, Whiskey Radio Tango Charlie.
Oh gosh, I've worked him about 500,000 times. Okay, let's find a frequency and we're gonna hit it. See what happens. Is the frequency in use? Living the dream one day at a time. Amen on that. Is the frequency in use? K1GMM. Is the frequency in use? Hello, CQ. CQ. Hello, CQ. CQ 15 meters. Calling on 21.306. Here is Kilo 1 Golf Mike Mike. Kilo 1 Golf Mike Mike. Calling CQ. Hello, CQ. Kilo 1 Golf Mike Mike. CQ and listening. Hello, CQ. CQ 15. CQ 15. Any stations anywhere, Kilo 1 Golf Mike Mike, Kilo 1 Golf Mike Mike, CQ, 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 Kilo 1 Golf Mike Mike, CQ and listening. CQ. Kilo 1 Golf Mike. Kilo 1 Golf Mike. CQ and listening. CQ. Hello, CQ. CQ 15 meters. CQ 15. Kilo 1 Golf Mike. Kilo 1 Golf Mike. Calling CQ. Hello, CQ. Kilo 1 Golf Mike. CQ and listening. CQ. Kilo 1 Golf Mike. Kilo 1 Golf Mike. K1G Mickey Mouse. Kilo 1 Golf Mike. Calling CQ. Hello, CQ 15. CQ 15. Any stations anywhere. Stateside Europe. Kilo 1 Golf Mike. CQ and listening. CQ. Kilo 1 Golf Mike. Kilo 1 Golf Mike. CQ 15. CQ 15 meters. Kilo 1 Golf Mike. CQ and listening. CQ. Hello, CQ. CQ 15. CQ 15. Kilo 1 Golf Mike. Kilo 1 Golf Mike. CQ. Kilo 1 Golf Mike. CQ and listening. CQ 15. Kilo 1 Golf Mike. Kilo 1 Golf Mike. CQ 15. Got a little bit reflected here. Wonder what that's all about. That ain't good. CQ 15 meters. CQ 15. Kilo 1 Golf Mike. Kilo 1 Golf Mike. Calling CQ. Hello, CQ. Kilo 1 Golf Mike. CQ and listening. Hey, good morning there, Mikey. Good morning, Pamela. You guys are doing well, guys and gals. CQ. Kilo 1 Golf Mike. Kilo 1 Golf Mike. CQ and listening. Huge carriers. CQ. Kilo 1 Golf Mike. Kilo 1 Golf Mike. Hello, CQ. CQ 15. CQ 15. Kilo 1 Golf Mike. CQ and listening. From Massachusetts. Very cool. Howdy, neighbor. Very awesome. Don't have many local yokels frequent the streams. Everybody's splattered all over the place.
0 Delta Tango X-ray.
A Golf 0, if I could type correctly, a Golf 0 Delta Tango X-ray. That is a familiar call. Yes. Hey, John. Good morning. How are you? Kilo 1 Golf Mike, Steve, Southwest Vermont. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Just put a bit more power on as well, mate. I got a little bit too much there for my license conditions. Yeah, that's okay now. Yeah, everything's fine, Steve. Just caught the live stream, so give me a quick call. So, how are you, buddy? Everything all right with you, over?
Yeah, good. Yeah, thanks for calling. I guess there's people calling me, but I cannot hear them. I don't quite understand that. It's like I always say, I think this antenna has got tremendous teeth, but it has no ears. I just got a notification on the stream that my friend Dean can hear people calling me, but I can't hear them. And I guess they can hear me in Papa Hotel area. So not exactly sure where that is. Good morning, Ronald. And so anyways, yeah, Yeah, what's going on over there? We got heavy snow coming down here. It's been snowing for a while since last night. Picked up 6-7 inches probably, with probably a little bit more to come. Maybe pick up about 10 inches. So I'll be out plowing snow later on there, John. G0DTX, man, really great to hear you, and thanks for coming back to the call. Kilo 1 Golf Mike.
Kilo 1 Golf Mike, G0DTX. Yeah, fine, Steve. Yeah, nothing much going on here, mate. I'm retired, so every day the same for me. Through the weekend. Yeah, it's still cold in the UK. It's warmed up a bit with 4 Celsius. Me and my missus, we've been freezing. It's been below minus just recently, and then, like...
Netherlands, got it. Thanks, Ronald.
But,
I should know this stuff,
right?
right?
Nothing much happening this way, mate. Just the same old old. On 10 metres this morning, that was quite active. Quite noisy band today. I don't know if we've had a CME of some description. I've not actually looked. Just having a quick nosy now. Yeah, K index is up to 3, so I thought it was quite noisy. So yeah, a bit of a noisy band, mate. And when I was working 10 this morning, it sounded like he had an echo chamber on. So I was saying to one of the guys in stateside, actually, I said it's probably Aurora. So yeah, we must have had a CME, Steve. But mainly 10, mate. I've just been using 10 now all weekend, and last week or so, a little bit on 40, but not much, mate. Anyway, I'll swing it back to you. Kilo 1 Golf Mike, G0DTX.
Yeah, maybe there's been a flare or something going on, John. QSB is pretty savage. 10, that's what I keep hearing. I keep hearing people saying, and I was up on 10 earlier, listening around, and there were some decent signals there, but it was early. This is what time we got here. We got 11:01 local, so this was around 2 hours ago, an hour and a half ago probably, 9:30ish. 10 looked like I was gonna just go to 10. I haven't spent much time on 10. It's with 10 being closed for years, basically since the end of 2015. At my QTH, 10 has been crap. I don't pay any attention to it, and I have an antenna that does 10 meters, and I really should go up there and take a poke around once in a while because I'm missing opportunities. Did you see? This was back during the CQ Worldwide contest. Did you see 10 meters? I mean, dude, I haven't seen that in many years. It was absolutely insane in there. Did you happen to catch that? This was back in, end of October, I think, right? Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger, Steve. Yeah, I took part in that, and I decided just to do the actual 10-metre band. I got second in the UK, which, I was quite chuffed at that, but I thought I'd have got first. But yeah, I only got the second. I think probably about a month to 2 months before that, 10 metres just lit up. Like I said, 3 to 4 months, mate. I've mainly been on 10 metres. It's been quite active. I've been thoroughly enjoying it. I've got a 10-metre vertical there, but obviously I've got the X-beam as well, so I've got the best of the both worlds. But yeah, on the contest, the worldwide contest, that's the only band I did. I just had a bit of a chill one, Steve. I used to do all bands.
You guys, let me know if I need to back.
Steve, for the grind, by the time Sunday evening comes,
I'll back the audio down on my microphone so it's not blasting compared to what you're hearing on the very sharp QSB on the band. Horrible. I mean, it's a matter of a second.
But I'll just try and do the 10, 15, blah, 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 and carry on that way. And, so I feel a bit better. Because one of my pals usually does it with me. And he took a miss this year, so I just had an easy one, worked 10 metres. Yeah, it was manic, mate, wasn't it? Absolutely manic. It's mad. They say the bands are dead, but as soon as the contest comes on, everything's lit up in it. It's like an early Christmas tree illumination.
It's just bouncing from an S5 to...
When I first got in touch with you, it was 5 and 5. We've actually gone up to 5 and 9 now. So, QSB on the band, mate, but you're 5 and 9 at signal. True 5-9, Steve.
Wow.
But 5 and 5 when I first got you.
That's 12 dB stronger than he is. That's... Yeah, all copied there. All copied. And it's probably dropped again, John. You're down to about a 5.6, 5.7. It's just brutal. These conditions are brutal. When are we going to get like 20 over? You know, are we ever going to see like 20 over stations from Europe, US back and forth on 17 and 15? What do you think about that?
Oh, I had one this morning, 40 over, but it was as a remote station, M4, let's have a quick look at my log, N4, NX4TT, yeah, he's from Florida, but he uses the remote station, I'm trying to think of his name now.
Ah, that's cheating.
Ray, Whiskey 2 Radio Echo. I think it's, yeah, the stage is up in Maine, but it's a mad configure of antennas. I think it's 4 over 4 over 4 over 4. So yeah, he was 40 over with me this morning, Steve, over.
Oh, see, that's cheating, dude. That's cheating. Yeah, I know that station. Yeah, that's a freaking Goliath. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm starting to lose you a bit then, Steve. Did you pass it back?
Yes, I did. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just heard that season, and yeah, you went. Yeah, it's getting quite noisy this way, mate. I'll let you go and carry on then. I catch a few more feeds, mate, and yeah, it's nice to catch you again. We'll have to try that 10 meters one time, over.
Roger. Yes, definitely. I do. This week I'll be spending some time on 10 if the band cooperates. But yeah, the QSB. I mean, you drop down to like a 4 and 5. It's who knows, dude. Should be better. I am pushing a little power. I'm putting out about 350 watts out of this thing. So, you know, whatever. We'll take what we can get. 7-3, John, have a great day. Thanks for the call, buddy. Always great to hear you. G0DTX, Kilo 1 Golf, Mike.
Yeah, sorry for cutting it short, mate, but yeah, it's getting quite noisy now. Okay, Steve, 7-3, buddy. Nice to catch you again. And I'll pop you on the cluster. So 7-3 for now. Kilo 1 Golf, Mike, my friend Steve, Golf 0, Delta Tango X-ray. Cheers, my mate.
Yeah, cheers, John. Thanks so much. This is Kilo 1 Golf Mike, K1GMM, Southwest Vermont. Listening. Any other calls?
November 8, Queen Sugar.
Echo India, Steve, over.
Okay, Queen Sugar, stand by. You blew my doors in here. I think there was an India in there from across the pond. Go ahead.
Yeah, Steve, this is John. Oscar November 8, Echo India.
Oh, John.
My Hermes Light 2, over.
Oh, John. Awesome. Sounds great, dude. Absolutely great. You're about an S5 coming in here, but real solid. No problem on the copy. Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger. Well, Steve, my power at the moment is 150 watts. Normally I run 700. I was down in the living room with the stove on, the wood stove. I had the blanket on, and I saw on YouTube that you were there. And I've just run up to my ice-cold shack. So fantastic to hear you. And good afternoon also to Andy the boss, who's on the side on YouTube. So really happy to make contact. It's been a while. And you're sounding great as per usual. Maybe one day in the future we'll even make it onto AM HI. By the way, you came up at one stage, you came up to 10 over 9 with me, Steve, in the village of Ham in Belgium. K1GMM ON8EI. Back to you, Steve, over.
Yeah, ON8EI K1GMM, and so nice to hear you. And you better turn that 40 dB preamp off, dude. Get that preamp out of there. You don't need that thing. Hi. Heidi ho. Anyways, Yeah, you're scarred for life, aren't you? I always say that. Guys are like, oh, yeah, check your YouTube stuff out. And I'm like, yeah, it's severely damaging to your mental state of mind, right?
Yeah, Roger, and of course, as you mentioned yesterday about OCD, I do suffer from it, but I also, like you, I know when to let go, over.
Well, good for you. Good for you, because that is something for someone with OCD that is very difficult to learn. Hey, let me see if I can pick up the station behind me, over the mountain, through the woods, maybe over towards grandmother's house. I think there was an 8 call in there, pretty much shattered everything in the shack here. So let me see if I can pick him up and he can work you, John. He's probably hearing you pretty good. The 8 land station, go ahead, jump on in and say hello. I'll get you in the log, and then you can give John a call over in Oscar November land. Go ahead.
Yeah, Kilo 1 Golf Mike and the group, N8QS. Good morning, Steve. My name is Terry. I don't think we've ever worked before. And I'm in Michigan. You sound great here. Good strong signal, quite a bit of QSB, but you're still hitting the 9 mark here, and wonderful sounding audio. So I just thought I'd check in with you. I believe you're running either a Sun, what does it say on your website, Sun SDR, or maybe an Anon 200. Running the Anon 200 here. 800 watts going to a quad antenna. So I don't know what the other station's call sign is, so I'll just stand by and let you kind of MC here, Steve. K1 Golf Mike from N8QS, Terry in Michigan. Over.
Yeah, wow. Great signal there. Terry, and nice to meet you. Thanks for making the call. You sound fantastic as well. Absolutely blasting. Classic Apache. Yes, I'm on the Sun this morning. And we'll get into it. If John clears, we'll get into the Apache stuff. What I experienced on Friday. What a day right out of the pit of hell, dude. It was bad. John, ON8EI, do you copy Terry? His call is November 8, Quebec Sierra. Did you copy him? And if you did, go ahead and give him a call. See if you can get in the logbook there. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, Roger. Well, he's booming into me here in Belgium. Very good morning to you, Terry. This is John in Belgium. It's Oscar November 8 Echo India. That's the call sign. So basically goes to you, Terry. You're about a 5'8", but the audio sounds like you're about 20 over 9. Terry, just for your own consideration, I'm on the Hermes Light 2. The power is about 150 watts. It's coming out into an amp, and 150 watts, Terry. So I'd be interested to hear what it sounds like. I don't have the pipes like the guys in the States have, but I'm doing my best. And I also have an Apache. I'm looking at it. It's the 7.
Could you tune up off frequency, you freaking tool? What is wrong with these guys?
And then, Steve, I will
Idiots.
say goodbye to you in a few moments, and you can let the frequency roll. November 8, Queen Sugar, Oscar November 8, Echo India, and the group, Terry, over.
Yeah, very good, John. Oscar November 8, Echo India, and the group from N8QS. Yeah, copy just fine over here, John. Here in Michigan, I've got you at 5.7, so very good signal with 150 watts. And I copy my report, 5.8. I'm running quite a bit more power, 800 watts here, going up to a homebrew quad antenna. So good signal coming in here, and I do see that we have worked before, John, back in March of last year. So nice to work you again, and you sound great here with the Hermes light board.
Hey, Mikey, what's going on there? SA3.
Watts. Fine, and also
keep that to center unless you need it.
7000, another great radio. Boy,
Receive
they've gone through
incremental
some
tuning.
changes. I just went to their website a couple of weeks ago. First time I'd been on Apache Labs website first time in many months, and I see that they're going through some changes with their transceiver lineup, including, I believe it's the new, is it the 8000? I think they revived that. So, good stuff. Okay, John, nice talking with you again. Take good care over there, and have a good rest of your day. I'll turn it over to Steve. K1 Golf Mike in the group, NAQS.
Okay, NAQS, K1 GMM. Very good there, Terry, and thanks. And John, nice to hear you. I think you're going to clear out. Boy, you got that Hermes. I'd like, if we can get a better copy going at some point, I'd like to hear, stability reports and what exactly you're running. I'm assuming you're running Thetis on it and blah, blah, blah. You know the routine surrounding that. So not sure what exactly all you have going on there. And I don't know much about them, but I'm interested to hear. But thanks a lot for jumping in there, John. And always welcome. Always welcome. I don't care. So if you hear me in here, jump in. If I hear you, I'll do the same. Even if it's a hit and run, dude, and you want to just say hello and you're cruising through. ON8EI73. We'll catch you soon, John. And thanks for your support, by the way, on the YouTube channel and in the streams and stuff. You're a frequent, not a visitor. You're basically a resident at this point. So appreciate you, brother. We'll see you later. K1 GMM.
Roger, well, great to hear you and great to hear Terry. And I'm now going to go back to the warm living room and listen to you and Terry having a good old yarn, if you know that expression, Steve. Hey, and Steve, don't forget Andy the bot. I think he's your biggest fan. And hopefully I'm coming close to that. Steve,
excuse me. Andy's the most damaged, I think, out of the group.
K1 GMM ON80I. Now back to the warm living room and leaving the icebox shack. Steve, over.
Yep. Grab a cup of hot cocoa and go sit by the fire, John. We'll catch you later. Sounds good. It's cold down here. I do have heat running, but I run that PW1 now, and that's in the other room because the freaking thing sounds like a jet turbine. I don't know who in their right mind would ever run that amplifier in the shack with them. It's a great little amplifier, 1 kW amp, but good God, dude. I lit that thing up. It was sitting about 4 feet from me down on the floor. I was like, hell no, can't run this thing in here. So I piped all the wires and ran everything into the other room, which is where the sun is because it runs high-speed fans on it, to keep her cool. And I can't tolerate that either. So it's nice and quiet, but boy, it's cold in here. I can't seem to get it warm. Since I took the AL80A out of line, that thing heated the room up, that 3500Z would just sit there and glow, and it would just pump heat into the room. So kind of screwed. Anyways, we'll see you later. I'm dribbling. ON8EI. We'll see you later, dude. Go get warm. K1 GMM.
Yeah, 7-3, John, from Terry here in Michigan. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye, Terry. 73.
Yes, sir. That amp you were talking about reminds me of an AL1200 I had in here. That sounded like a Boeing or a Pratt & Whitney, actually. So what amp were you talking about there, Steve? K1 GMM at AQS.
Yeah, it's an Icom PW1, solid state, 1 kW rig, and it's like a cube. I don't know if you ever seen one. It's like a square box. It's heavy as hell. Almost dropped a nut bringing it down the stairs, dude. It says right on the box, this is a 2-person job. Weighs more than the AL80A, way more than that. I can carry that around like nothing. This thing is freaking ridiculous. And I lit it up, and I don't know. I don't know how many fans it has running just when it's in standby. But it sounds like an A10 Warthog spinning up for takeoff, dude. And God forbid, like right now I'm watching the temperature on it, and temperature's climbing because I'm a big mouth. And once it gets to that mark, the additional fans will kick in and it'll drop it back down within about, 20, 30 seconds. You can watch the needle just drop. But when those fans spin up, forget it, dude. If you aren't running a downward expander in the shack on your microphone, all you hear is like freaking crazy, dude.
Yeah, well, those things kind of grow on you. At least the loud amps I've had in here over the years do. Even this 1500, AL 1500 I got, that can be pretty loud. It's not as loud as the AL 1200, but it winds up, sounds like it's, like it's getting ready for blast off. But then when you get a quiet amp, boy, it's it's a special thing. And this little guy, this ACOM 1000 I have, is very quiet, so it works well for me. But yeah,
same here.
Steve, you sound great over here. I know you're running the Sun. What is it? The Pro 2 DX, maybe? I can't remember for sure. I don't have it in front of me. But of course, with your chain there set up so nicely, it sounds fantastic here. And I'm kind of surprised we haven't run into each other before. I spend most of my time either, now that this band is open, either here or 17, my favorite band. So I'm surprised we haven't run into each other before. But anyway, you're sounding fantastic. I did notice your signal went way down there during your last transmission. You were from an S9 down to about an S3 or 4. Just ginormous QSB. So I hope you can still copy me okay. Yeah, so anyway, I just wanted to pop in and introduce myself and give you another pat on the back, attaboy, to add to all the other ones you probably had.
Good
about
Lord.
The audio sounding so good. And came pretty close a few years ago. I still think about it. Came close a few years ago to buying the MB1 transceiver by Sun SDR, but I can't remember why I didn't. Maybe I had another expense, or maybe the furnace went out. I can't remember. But
that would do it.
I really like the looks and all the reports I hear about the MB1. I think you can still get them. I'm not sure. There was a guy in the Pacific Northwest that was selling them here in the States. But anyway, their software, can't remember the name of the software, but probably the same software you're running. That looked very user-friendly and right up my alley. It looks like something that I could enjoy every day. So came close to buying the MB1, never did. So just running Deanna along with my other legacy radios hanging around here. So, Steve, I'm going to turn it back to you for one, and then I'm going to get out of here. I do have some work to do before I head out. I've got to drive up to Lansing this afternoon, about an hour drive from here. So before that, I want to get some things done. Hey, I'll make this my last one. Thanks again for the QSO. Maybe next time we can have a more extended conversation if we both have the time to do so. Sounded great over here in Michigan. K1GMM, N8QS, over.
Yeah, N8QS, K1GMM, and that it would be awesome. I've been playing, just to give you a heads up, I know you got to go. I just ventured into AM. So I've been working a lot of AM in the past 4 or 5 days now. So that has been a ton of fun, and it seems like these SDRs are built for that. Fantastic. Side note, if you want to, now the RxDAP system that I put together for a DAW noise reduction system, I run it on all my radios, including the Apache, which is truly terrifying on the Apache. Because the Apache's best in class anyways, right? But I was running it on the Sun. You can go in. It's at about the 40-minute mark into the stream on the YouTube channel. Link is on the QRZ page. and you can see what I'm hearing. You can see the signal strength. You fall into about an S5, and then you pop to an S9, and it happens in a matter of a second. It's crazy the way the band is, just rapid QSB. But when you hear it and you see it, and you listen to it, it does affect the audio a little bit, so pay no attention to that. But it's what I call a cloud lifter for the audio. It makes it sound like you're 20 to 40 over. It's nuts the way it works. So you can go in and check that out. I got, maybe we'll find each other on 40 meters or something like that, because I do frequent 40 quite often. And I need to do more work on 75, 80 meters in the evenings. I'm usually so exhausted by evening comes, forget it, dude. I'm a dribbling basket case anyways. It's really true, dude. But it'd be great to connect with you. Boy, you got a nice sounding station. Sounds like you're kind of in that same arena as where I've been for a while. And being an ex-musician, I would imagine you might be as well. I know you're into the audio end based upon the way you sound, and usually guys that are into audio have some background in music. Not always, but usually. So it'd be interesting to hear and why you got in the hobby. I'd love to chat with you some more, but I know you got to go. We'll see you later. Sorry about the long one, Terry. So much to talk about and so much in common. N8QS, we'll catch you soon. K1GMM, thanks so much.
Yeah, very good, Steve. Well, you're right on the musician part of it. Yep, that's what I do, and I'm in I did a concert last week, and then I'm off for a couple of weeks now, and then a couple coming up first week of February. My busiest time is usually during the summer when I'm playing 4 to 6 nights a week, but during the winter and fall months, usually do more one-nighters, more concerts rather than club dates. So that's the period we're in right now. Yep, and I do have a recording studio right behind me. You mentioned Cloud Lifter. Not a whole lot of people know what those are. So, I use them all the time on those dynamic mics that just need a little oomph. Great piece of kit, as the Brits would say. Yeah, very good. Well, let's do it again, and just sound great over here. Geez, I hope I sound half as good as you do. Keep up the good work, and let's do it again soon, I hope. K1GMM from NAQS. Thank you, Steve.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Terry. And you do. Well, you may sound better. I'm pretty critical of my own audio, but I've gotten to the point where I just leave it alone. I've got 2 knobs that I can tweak on the rack to pull it into a 3 kilohertz appropriate bandwidth, set my bandwidth on the profile and the SDRs to grab nothing below 100 hertz, and I'm off and running. So I don't touch anything anymore. If somebody's got a problem with it, they don't have to listen to it. That's the point I've gotten to. You know what it's like, dude. It's a rabbit hole, and you can go down there and never see the light of day again. And I just don't play that game anymore. It's, something I've worked on since in ham radio since about 2016. And the website took me a full year to get all the information on there and have it, presented so that people can grab it, understand it, all pre-configured, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if the website's on the QRZ page. There's an ESSB Voodoo website up there, and it also covers the RxDAP system, and there's just a ton of information up there. All on the cheap. You don't have to spend a lot of money to play this game. We'll see you later. 7-3. Have a good one, man. N8QS. No need to come back. K1GMM.
Yep. Okay. Great, Steve. I'll check it out. Yeah, I'll definitely check out the website and the info. And boy, I'm right with you. I don't touch a thing anymore. Especially since I added the CFC on the Anon software. Going in there and playing with that for quite a few hours. I'm pretty happy with where I'm at. I'm sure it could be a little bit better, but I think I'm in that ballpark, in that zone to where I can live with this sound, and I don't change a thing either, other than the bandwidth, like you said. I usually operate around 3K. I'm at 4 now, but usually around 3K. But other than that, that's about all I do.
Tio, what's up, dude? Zahir, hey, how's it going, man?
Okay, take care, and really nice talking with you. Hope we can do it again soon. K1GMM, N8QS, take care.
Yep, you take care. No splitting hairs now. Don't be splitting hairs, buddy. We'll see you later, K1GMM. I'll do some more CQs here, see if anybody else is around. Don't care, stateside Europe. Whoever's actually hearing me, this is Kilo 1 Golf Mike Steve, Southwest Vermont, listening. CQ. Calling CQ. 15 meters, Kilo 1 Golf Mike. Kilo 1 Golf Mike. Calling CQ. Hello, CQ. CQ 15, Kilo 1, Golf Mike, CQ and listening. Okay, Yankee uniform, stand by. I think there was a Sugar Victor. Go ahead. A Sugar Victor? Okay, sorry about that. It's a Sierra Papa 3. Come again, one more time with your call. I'll get it.
Sierra Papa 3, Papa
Okay, Sierra Papa 3, Papa Juliet Yankee. Thanks for the new one. And name is Steve, Sierra Tango Echo Victor Echo. And the QTH is state of Vermont, Northeast United States. SP3PJY, Kilo 1 Golf Mike, over.
Kilo 1 Golf Mike, SP3PJY, Sierra Papa 3, Papa Juliet Yankee. Good evening, my friend. 59 rapport. My name is Robert Romeo Oscar Bravo Echo Romeo Tango Polish Radio Club, West Center Poland. Kilowatt 1 Golf Mike, Sierra Papa 3, Papa Juliet Yankee.
Okay, please confirm this. Was your name Robert? Over?
Robert, QSL.
Gotcha. Thank you for the 5'9". You're about a 5'5". I think you gave me a 5'9", which is extremely generous considering the band conditions. You're 55 into Vermont, Robert. I'm going to keep things moving along. There was another station that called in, so I want to pick them up too. But thank you very much. 7-3, have a great day, and appreciate the call there, Robert. I'll let you tie it off. Sierra Papa 3, Papa Juliet Yankee from Kilo 1 Golf Mike. Go ahead.
Kilo 1 Golf Mike, Sierra Papa 3, Papa Juliet Yankee. Okay, Steve, 73, very good signal, West Center Poland. Thank you, good luck. Kilo 1 Golf Mike, Sierra Papa 3, Papa Juliet Yankee. Bye-bye.
Okay, you peaked to 5 and 7 on the last go. Hopefully you got that. So I edited my entry here. 7-3. We'll catch you soon. There was another station, maybe with a uniform or Yankee in it. Go ahead. QRZ. QRZDX, Kilo 1 Golf Mike. CQ15, Kilo 1 Golf Mike, CQ, Kilo 1 Golf Mike, K1GMM, Southwest Vermont, listening. Okay, I got a 2 Echo 0 Kilo Foxtrot Hotel, I think it is. Confirm on the next go, and I'll give you a report on the next go. Kilo 1 Golf Mike, handle is Steve, state of Vermont, over.
QTH is Leicester in the centre of the UK. Back to you, Steve. Kilo 1 Golf Mike Mike 2 Echo 0 Kilo Fox Hotel.
Okay, John. Yeah, good to hear you. Good to hear you. And good on your QTH. You're about a 4x3. 4x3. And if you could give me a signal report, you may have given it to me, but I missed it. And how much power are you running and what is your antenna? Over?
Roger, Steve. 2E0 KFH returning. Your report is 5 and 7. Your report is 5 and 7. Looking copy. Thank you for my 4 and 3. I'm just running the 50 watts there, Steve. 50 watts. The antenna at the moment I'm using is an end-fed wire, about 87 feet long. End-fed wire with a 9 to 1 and Kilo 1 Golf Mike 2E0 KFH.
Okay, QSL, doing a great job in these conditions, dude. I suspect you're actually stronger, but I think this antenna is a little deaf. It does not have good ears, but it has good teeth. That's basically what I found on every band from 17, 15, 12, and 10. I need to sort that out. But you peaked to 5 and 5, so go ahead and edit that to 55. You jumped right up. And thank you for the 5-7. Thanks, John. 7-3, have a great day. I'm going to keep it short because the band is very squirrely. See if I can pick up a few more calls here. Appreciate it, dude. Nice job. The station's working for you. Don't question it because I'm running considerably more power, about 350 watts here. So 2E0 KFH, Kilo 1 Golf Mike. We'll see you later. Tie it off there, John. Thank you.
2E0 KFH back for a quick final. Yeah, thank you for the report. Peaked at 5 and 5. Very pleased with that with my 50 watts. I don't seem to get a very good takeoff here, Steve. Very simple antenna, moderate 50 watts, but it does certainly seem to work. I'm very lucky. Okay, Steve, good to have a quick chat with you, and I'll let you make some more contact. Kilo 1 Golf Mike 2E0 KFH 73, Steve.
7-3, and I am pushing, just to let you know, I'm pushing a live stream. You can go to my YouTube channel or go to my QRZ page, and let's see, it will be exactly 1 hour, roughly 1 hour and 5 minutes into the stream. You will see yourself, and you'll hear yourself, the signal, everything on the stream. So if you're curious what I'm hearing on this end, there you go. You can go check it out. See you later, John. You take care, buddy. And pleasure this side. This is Kilo 1 Golf Mike. Looking for any other calls, doesn't matter. Stateside, Europe, anyone, anywhere. CQ 15 meters, Kilo 1 Golf Mike. Kilo 1 Golf Mike. CQ and listening. Oof.
Ocean Nancy 7, X-ray whiskey.
Ocean Nancy 7, X-ray whiskey. Good to hear you. Thanks for the call. Good signal. There was another station in there right in the noise. I seriously doubt I'm going to be able to copy that station. Hit me just before you did, Francis. ON7XW, the handle is Steve this side, Sierra Tango Echo Victor Echo, and the QTH is State of Vermont. Kilo 1 Golf Mike, over.
Yes, Stephen, copied your name and your call. My name is Sis, Charlie India Sierra from Francis, short name of Francis, and you're a fine singer here in Belgium. Here.
Okay, what was the signal report? And I was putting your name into the log, your nickname, so I can remember the next time we chat. What was the signal report? And I'll give you one after you hit me again. Go ahead.
Yes, I didn't report your signal. It's 5 and 6. 5 and 6 in Antwerp, north part of Belgium.
Very good, very good. Thank you for the 5 and 6. And you were about a 57. coming in here with very, very clear audio. It sounds really good. Got some snow coming down since last night, approximately 6-7 inches on the ground, and probably another few inches before it's over. And I guess it's supposed to snow all week. So we'll see what happens. We have not had much of a winter yet this year. It's been unusually warm, a lot of rain. For Vermont and the mountains, that's pretty unusual. So I think we're paying for it now there, Sid. Go ahead, back to you. Kilo 1 Golf Mike, over.
Yes, Stephen, thank you for the weather report there. On my side, the last few days we had some snow here, but now it's rather gray, just simply gray and cold, about 2 centigrade, 2 degrees Celsius, I mean. And so it's not so fine weather here also. Mike, back to you, Stephen.
Yeah, QSL. Yeah, running here, you can give me your working conditions if you'd like to. I'm kind of curious because I'm still trying to evaluate this antenna. It's been up for a while, since last summer, but I think it's a little deaf. So here I'm pushing about... What am I pushing? About 300, 350 watts on the peaks. And the antenna it's like a miniature BKW, 11.9 feet per leg, 39 feet of 450 to an Aircore 4-to-1. Transceivers and SDR2 DX. So let me know what you got for an antenna there, Sid, and how much power are you running? ON7XW K1 GMM, over.
Yes, Stephen, your report is sometimes speaking to 5 and 7, so it's going up and down. I'm working here with an Icon transceiver, the small, the 7,300, and I'm using only 100 watts barefoot.
Oh, that's great.
A high gain antenna from several years ago, the high gain 12 Alpha Victor Quebec. It's a good American antenna, I see.
Wow, that thing's working great. That's interesting. So I'm assuming that is vertically polarized, correct?
Yes, that's a vertical on top of my roof. And with on the roof, I have also the 6 radials with that.
Okay, this is what I'm trying to evaluate. A lot of people will say that it doesn't matter how you're polarized. I find that not to be true in many cases. I've suspected, because this antenna I'm running is so unusual, and it works. It's got tremendous teeth on 17, 15, 12, and 10, and there aren't many antennas that will do that. You know what I mean? And I found it. I looked for months for an antenna, a homebrew antenna design that would give me those bands with equal effectiveness. And it is. It's equally effective on every band. Oftentimes I'll get reports of 10 over. When guys that are hitting me on beams, I'm only able to give them like a 5.5 or a 5.7. So if you do the math on that in the gain of their antenna, it doesn't compute. You see where I'm going? So I've always suspected that it's a little deaf, and I've never had an antenna that's a little deaf. It's got more teeth than ears. You see where I'm going? So I've always suspected that there's a vertical component of radiation with this antenna. If that is truly the case, and we just happen to get the propagation a certain way, you're on a vertical, and if there's a vertical component in this antenna, our signals are equal, which you are. You're about a 5 and 7. So I find that very fascinating. Go ahead, back to you, Sid. K1 GMM.
Yes, Stephen, I tried to understand your explanation about the antenna there, but there was a lot of QSB on the frequency. As I always said, it's only simple cap.
Hey, Peter, how you doing?
Antenna with radials on the base. A height on the roof, so it's working perfect. And I think sometimes the propagation is more important than the antenna. The propagation is wholly for the amateur.
Yeah, exactly. Well, without propagation, we wouldn't make any contacts, would we? It doesn't matter how much power you throw out. You could throw out like 10 megawatts. All it's going to do is burn a hole in the ionosphere, and if the particles in the F layer aren't F2 aren't jumping around going ballistic, what do you got? Nothing but white noise. So yeah, it's a huge factor, right? I know, tend to overthink things sometimes, but it is very fascinating. And I am an antenna guy. I love antennas. It's what got me into the hobby. I'm fascinated by them, how they work, especially point to point. I'll let you go. QSB is really severe. You dropped down to about an S3 at one point. So thanks for the call, Sid. 7-3. Have a great week coming up. And much appreciate you taking the time. 017XW, Kilo 1 Golf, Mike, over.
Yes, Stephen, it's still difficult to copy you now. It's 5-3, 5-4. But I hope you have a fine time on the band tonight for you in the morning, probably. And have a success with your antennas there. 73 from Belgium.
7-3. This is Kilo 1 Golf Mike, K1 GMM Vermont, QRZ.
Yes, goodbye, Stephen.
Bye-bye now. CQ 15 meters. Take a couple more calls, and then I'm going to head off to lunch. This is Kilo 1 Golf Mike, Kilo 1 Golf Mike, CQ and listening.
Yeah, Kilo 1 Golf Mike from KD4JRX. You copy, young man?
Yeah, KD4JRX. Can you stand by just for a moment? There's a really station across the pond. I will get to you. I'll keep it short, but thanks for the call. KD4 ending in X-ray. Stand by. The other station, I think I heard somebody coming in out of Europe hit me first. Try it again, please. Over. Okay, I got an Italy Uniform 6 again. Okay, I got it that time. Italy Uniform 6, Echo Victoria November. You're about a 4x3 into Vermont. Vermont, and the handle is Steve. Sierra Tango, Echo Victor Echo. Over.
Okay, Steve. Listen, 100% I copy you. 5x5, picking 5x6. Little piece of device, I copy you very well. My name is Marco. My Alfa Romeo Como Oscar. In central part of Italy. Back to you, Steve.
Okay, Marco, all copied. Yeah. Thanks for the 55, I think it was. Yeah, band's a little squirrely. But thanks for the call, Marco. I'm going to keep it moving because it's very unstable to Europe. And there was another call that came in from stateside here, so I definitely want to pick him up as well. Have yourself a great day. I appreciate you taking the time. 7-3, all the best to the family. You be well over there, and pleasure to work you. IU6, Echo Victor November from Kilo 1 Golf Mike. Go ahead and tie it off there, Marco.
Okay, Steve, thank you so much for this question. Bye-bye, from Italy. Ciao, Steve.
Ciao. Thank you. The Foreland call. Good. Are we still in morning? Good morning. K1 GMM.
Yeah, K1 GMM. From KD4JRX. Name's Rick, down near Wilmington, North Carolina, on the coast here, about 30 miles north of Wilmington, and I've been listening to you. Beautiful signal. Just wanted to say hello, Steve. Over.
Wow. Yeah, you're, boy, it's as much as I like working, don't get me wrong, I love to work everyone, but it's nice not having to struggle sometimes, and it has nothing to do with the stations. It's just the point-to-point and the point-to-point and propagation. That's all it is. And the fact that my antenna is deafened to post. But you're blasting in here, no problem. Good to meet you, Rick. You've probably been listening for a while, so I'm not going to run through all the other garbage. What's happening in the Carolinas? Is it gotten cold down there? You seeing anything? We're seeing snow up here, so... I think we're finally in it. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's currently 49 degrees with a northwest wind at 11, gust to 18. And that's pretty balmy probably compared to your temperature. Going down to 28 tonight Fahrenheit. And then by Wednesday, we'll go back up into 60s with thunderstorms. And then back down in the low 30, upper 20 mark Thursday. So it's like a roller coaster with the weather here. We are in a severe drought here on the coastal plains of North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. So we had 2.22 inches of rain yesterday, through 5 a.m. this morning. And that was a welcome for us. So we need the rain here. And I heard you speak of you finally getting your winter snow a little late. And, it's been relatively mild winter here. And winters are mild compared to the Northeast where you're at. But anyway, running a FT1000, the old one, 200 watts. So we're running low radio, I don't know, around 170, 180 watts PEP. And the antenna, I'm on a 15-meter moxon and about roughly 27 feet to the boom. Over.
Oh, very cool. Don't talk to many people running moxons. I am such a big fan of moxons, dude. Such an underrated antenna. Savage. Every moxon I have ever used has been gangbusters. I built moxons. I built moxon turnstiles for working satellites. Amazing. 2 meters and 430. 75-meter moxon was probably the best antenna I ever put up. I had that pointed at Europe, and that was crackerjack. When I started out in the hobby, I came off of 11 meters. I was running a 4-element hybrid moxon for 11 meters, and when I got my ticket, it was a big antenna, way bigger than a hex beam. It was a big dog. Built it myself. And dude, I slaughtered it on 10 meters with that thing. I was working guys pushing like 700 watts on these freaking Goliath antennas. And I was hitting them harder on that freaking thing on 70 watts than they were me on 700. It was a freaking beast. It really was. What else did I do with moxons? I ran when I first got in the hobby, I ran a 2-bay 3-element moxon hybrid on 2 meters on an all-star node, pushing 85 watts up and down the valley. Dude, you could hear that freaking thing in Massachusetts and all the way up north of Brandon. It was absolutely savage. Ran it off a little UV5R with an 85-watt brick, a little RM Italy brick. Those things, I put probably a 5-10 degree positive tilt on them because I was in the valley. Built the whole thing out of PVC and driveway markers. Phased them, co-phased them, and pumped some power through them, and they were absolutely wicked, dude. They were awesome. I'm a Moxon believer, dude. A lot of experience with Moxons. KD4, JRX, K1 GMM.
K1 GMM, KD4, JRX. Wow. Oh, man, you are a Moxon fan. And that story on the VHF co-phase Moxons, that's awesome. Well, I have a Moxon for 15, 12, and 10. And they're lightweight.
Hey, Lucas. Lucas
got a new
Galan.
rotor here. I got
Big smile back at you, brother.
G450A. And I got an old CDE AR40 from back in the day.
Hey, we'll see you later. See you later,
down
Mike. Nice to see you, dude.
And maybe grease it
Thanks
up, clean
for
it up,
stopping in.
replace the hardware. I mean, it works. It's just I needed to get a later model rotor, and I didn't want any kind of automated rotor. I'm not. I did satellites back in the late '80s, early '90s. AO14, RS10, and all those guys. And I had a Helix. I think you brought up a Helix in your comments there, and I had a turnstile antenna. But I had a Rutland FO22 and I think a high gain I ran on horizontal
cheers,
plane.
Mike.
And ran the 432. 432 up and 2 down, or I couldn't remember which way it was. It's been so long ago. but I don't have any satellite gear or haven't not messed with it. I'm following it, but I just haven't messed with it because we're approaching 70 here, and I've tried to keep my antennas kind of modest, Steve. You know, where we can handle them, and the YL will help me. And I got a couple little small towers, and the one I'm going to put the rotor on is a tilt-over jobby. So I've got the 160 meter inverted V, and I have a Carolina Wyndham. You may remember those, all center fed with a vertical component, and I have a NVIS. It's resonant on 80 meters, and it plays well on 40 and 10, remarkably. So got a few wires, and the R6000 vertical. It's on this antenna switch, but when I switch to the vertical, listening to you, Steve, there's 2 S units on an average from the moxon to the vertical on you, over.
Wow, really? You're talking going to the vertical, it's much, much lower, 2 S units lower, right?
Yeah, hold on a second. I'm just going to drop to it. Hold on a minute. On the vertical, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, over.
Oh my gosh, 10 dB down from where you were. You're about an S6, hovering around an S6 somewhere in there, and you were an S9. Go ahead.
Yeah, how about that? You just got to love these moxons. I mean, it's nothing to them. You're talking about a 3.7 dBi or something like that. But you know, for what it is, and all. And the weight of it, and, you know, you can co-phase them and all kinds of things, and they're real easy to repair and work on, over.
Oh, gosh. And, yeah, they're direct feed, right? You don't have to, they're built. As long as you build them, you use nothing but copper, right? The moxons built for, designed to give you the dimensions for the antenna based on bare copper, not stainless steel, not aluminum, all this other weird stuff. If you stick to copper, and if it's coated, you know, subtract the element lengths by 2%, it should drop right in, give you a 50 ohm match in the kill box where you designed it for, and you're off and running. It's not rocket science, right? They're such easy antennas, and no, they're more than that, dude. The average moxon's around, I think, 7.5 dBi and around, oh, good Lord, 5.5, 6 dBd, something like that. I mean, if you think about it, because I've done a lot of quad work as well. I'm not an expert, but I have done tremendous amount of testing with quads, moxons on the VHF because they're small. It's easy to do. The quads that I run, right now I use a quad for a 2 meter satellite, and it has a nested 50 ohm direct feed, 11 element UHF Yagi built into the center of it. It's nested through the center of a 3 element 2 meter quad, right? Killer antenna. I've got a custom built azimuth, elevation, and pitch rotator system on it, so it will actually pitch the antenna from side to side remotely from the shack to reduce fading. As a satellite goes through apogee, oftentimes you'll need to flip it to the other side, so I can just hit a button and I can actually fine tune it so it doesn't just flip. It goes in, it's motor driven, so it's tunable, so to speak, right? Well, I put the quads up against a moxon, a 2-element moxon up against a 3-element quad. 3-element quad is around roughly 9 dBi, right? There are high gain quads where you can sneak a little bit out of it, but dude, the difference between like a 7.5 and a 9, you're never going to see it. And a quad is a big antenna, right? So, you wonder why I'm a big moxon lover. It's because, 1, they're easy. You don't have to deal with matching networks. 2, they're compact. They're only 2 elements, and they compete with a friggin' 3-element quad. It's amazing, right? Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I was being kind of conservative, I guess, on the game, but Yeah, and the direct feed, not having to go through any type of vallum and all that's a win-win. And you're going to laugh at this. The one I'm on right now has half-inch Andrews. That's right, half-inch Andrews heliacs up to the rotor, and then I'm running LMR 240 and terminating on the driven elements, just straight to it, and that's the story. I mean, it's nothing, it's like you said, it's not rocket science at all, and they play well, and they're very, very broadbanded. Very broadband antenna. In fact, the one on 12 is the VSWR is null, for the whole band, and even on 10 meters, when you get up to FM portion, you're only looking at about less than a 1 to 4, all the way up at the nosebleed part of 10 meters. And the one here on 15 is friendly all the way down in the CW portion, all the way up to the AM window at 425 or so. And, everything is basically, 1.1 to 5 at the extreme ends. And that's not punching no tuner in line. That's just straight measurement. I use the old birds. I'm old school here, but you know what I'm saying. And of course I got two 7300s behind me, and they got this nice SWR plotter built in them, and they're fun to play with and kind of plot it and save the screen to the SD card and look at it, and compare it. But yeah, it's good to hear your stories about
John
use
Boy
them like you do.
and an LLC.
And your antenna you got right there is definitely what I caught of it is doing you a fantastic job. Your average signal is anywhere from 5 to 15 over S9 over.
Wow, really? Yeah, you're peak 10 over. 10 over. I just edited the log just before you dropped it. Just blowing in here. I don't get it. Pretty much since I put this up, I normally don't even run power on these bands. Anybody I hear, I work on 100 watts on this thing. And oftentimes I get better reports what I can give other people. That's why I know it's deaf. And you got me thinking, I've never had an antenna that behaves like that. It's got tremendous teeth. I don't get it. I punched all the way into southern Argentina, 5,000-mile trips on this on 100 watts, walk in the park, dude. I don't get it. Does it have something to do with the topography? Because I live in a very strange place. I'm in a canyon, basically, surrounded by marble. One of the world's largest marble quarries is literally right behind the house. I live about, 700-800 feet beneath it. And the mountain is about just, I think 4 feet shy of 4,000 feet. And I'm at 500 feet in elevation, and it's straight up. I go actually out to the patio, out to the edge of the patio, and it starts going up. And then about 70, 80 yards from there, it goes straight up, just like a freaking volcano, dude. Does it have to do with that? I don't know. It's spitballing, it's no way to really tell. You said something which has me very curious, and I need to get your thoughts on this while I have you here. You said you're running heliacs. Now, I have total length from the shack to this antenna is about 140 feet. So I have 40 feet of LMR 400 to a switch box, or a custom-built remote switch that's motor-driven on an alpha delta 4-position switch in the corner of the basement. Now, from there, it goes about 100 feet of RG8 straight to the 4-to-1 air core, which is hanging at the bottom of the 450, right? So do you think, now there is no choke on this antenna, it's just the air core 4-to-1. Do you think that some of my receive issues could be because of the coax and the wavelength I'm operating on? Go ahead.
Well, you could certainly run a a test. I mean, it's where you can get your hands on it and just, do the old trial and error. I mean, it may be. I tell you, one other thing you mentioned that hits close to home with me is topography and location. So many times people will get a lot of antenna.
This frequency's in use, thank you.
A lot of directional antennas, and they just live in a location that's just not conducive to maybe the frequencies they want to operate on, and then you got that time of year when you lose foliage. Foliage, particularly when you get on the upper bands, is a big deal, but proximity to trees and all such things to that. You're talking about marble built into the walls of the mountainous terrain around you, the valley you're in. Who knows what that is playing? But yeah, I think I'd play with the coax. You got a 4-to-1 Balaam there, and I don't know. Maybe just play with that coax piece and plot it, chart it, log it, work it on the air, and see what it does. And you're probably wondering, I had a lot of heliacs, Andrews heliacs given to me after Hurricane Florence. And I decided to put it in the ground, and bury it, and go out to my 2 locations here, and then go, with some Flex 240 or whatever, RG8X would have been fine. I just happened to have some Times microwave 240 around and decided to use that. I know a lot of times people will take a shortcut on their feed lines, and it'll bite them in the what. And I figured I'd put all my strategy into good feed lines as best I can do, afford, get, have, whatever the case may be, and try to work with what I've got. I'm in a very open coastal farm area. In other words, 200 degrees of the compass from around to a southerly to a northerly direction. There are no trees within a mile of my house. There's a big farming field behind me. And, that takeoff, that's another thing. In those directions, I'm not, there's nothing but air in those directions. Now,
AM7
so
BYF.
Northeast and east.
Oh, you can still hear me on 15,
I do
huh?
have my home.
That's amazing.
Some trees across the road, neighbors, but anyway, getting back your situation. I think I would, Steve. I think I'd try playing around with the feed line. I mean, you know what you got now, and you're either going to end up going back to where you're at now, or you're going to gain. Over.
Yeah, right. K1GMM. I think the catch with that, Rick, is to not do it destructively, right? Don't do it destructively. In other words, don't destroy anything. Replace it with something else and play with that because I know it works on TX, right? But now I do have, which I am going to test this. I have. I gotta get going for lunch, so I gotta get out of here. But I'll get your thoughts on this. I have noise issues on 75, 80 meters that pops up off and on. So I run diversity noise canceling using the Apache or the RSP Duo, which is superb. I've wiped out unbelievable noise. Using those devices, the Apache Labs transceiver and even the RSP Duo, right? And so this was Friday. I used to have one up, but it was twice as long. It was 100 and I think it was around 130, maybe 131, 133, something like that, and fed. It was what I called the kinked vertical. So it went up 65 feet and then it went to the top of a tree, which was 105 feet. And Dude, you ought to heard the FM broadcast on 2 meters. It was resonant on 2 meters with that thing. Had a 49-1 on it. So I got thinking, I thought, well, I wonder if that stupid thing would actually hear better than what I'm on. So Friday, I pulled a 65-foot vertical with a 49-1 on there. Probably should have a 9-1 on there. But I haven't checked it to see how it hears. So after lunch, I'm going to jump back in here and I'm going to peruse the band, and I'm going to go over to the Apache with the dual ADCs, dual VFOs, and I'm going to compare the receive and what I can hear. I may be able to use that as a receive antenna. I don't know if you ever messed with stuff like that. It is vertically polarized. It goes straight up, and I have a counterpoise on it, which is 1/10 of a wavelength for the lowest band, which is a 40-meter half-wave NFET, technically. So a quarter wave on 80 if the unknown is bypassed. So I don't know. I got to do something. I'll get your thoughts on that, and then you can tie it off. I'm going to head up for lunch there, Rick. K1 GMM, go ahead.
Yeah, KD4JRX. Yeah, I've played around a little bit with diversity receiving. This radio has 2 receivers, and right now, presently I don't have a second antenna on the port. But what I do is I receive mix off the same
Hey,
antenna.
Paul, what's going on?
I just did it while you were talking, and when the band gets really noisy and all, it's or
look at the freaking
swirly
spectrum.
on you.
There's like 3 signals, 4 signals on the
diversity
band.
can make a difference.
It's ridiculous.
In hearing a station, being able to work a DX station, or for that matter, even a stateside station. Yeah, the Apache, that's a beautiful SDR transceiver. I don't have anything. Closest I've got 2 RSP1A, SDR plays here. One is on the shelf. The other one's hooked up over here on a laptop. And no, I have not played around with that type of antenna that you were talking about with the vertical element. But yeah, it'd be interesting to, like you say, don't destroy what you got, but build out from it, or build parallel to it, or just simply take the components out of line and put in a different coax arrangement. I'm sure you'll come up with some type of solution. I know one thing is transmitting well, and also I don't think that's it's crazy that it transmits that you plotted it and it transmits better than it receives. Sometimes it's the other way around, and usually the receive part is the easier part. But anyway, look, I'll let you catch lunch, and I've got to haul off some trash and all. We had brunch this morning, so I won't be eating anything till probably 2 o'clock. Good to meet you here on 15. Look for you all along, Steve, and look forward to getting a report from you next time on your solution there on the antenna. Real interesting conversation. K1GMM to take it, KD4JRX. Best 7-3, Steve.
Yeah, if you don't want to come back to this, don't, Rick. But just to tie the whole thing off, I think it was 2 cycles ago, 2 overs in our QSO. You went from a 10 over to an S5 in a matter of 3 seconds. 22 dB, dude. Freaking QSB. The only reason we're able to do this right now is because it's just cooperating between us, and you're running a beam, which is doing a lot of heavy lifting, right? And I've got a little backbone going, and not a lot of power, but there's only about 350 watts going out, but it must be just enough to kind of hold everything together. Yeah. And to finalize everything, it's really annoying, Rick. I am pushing a live stream, so you're going to be at the tail end of it. So the stream went off at 10:30, 11:30. So approximately 1 hour and 30 minutes towards the end of the stream. You'll hear our QSO. If you want to go into the YouTube channel and check it out, once I close it down, it will start rendering, and you'll be able to get in there, and you'll see your signal, dude. It's freaking slamming. So the guys in the stream were telling me that there are people calling me. I can't hear them, dude. I had everything uncorked. I didn't hear a freaking nothing. Can't hear them. I should be able to hear them. Now, I don't know where they were that were saying that. Maybe the path was better to them than it was to me. That's always a possibility, but I know for a fact that this thing has way more teeth than ears. And I've crunched the numbers. I look at transmitting stations that I'm receiving, what they're running, the gain on the antennas, the power they're running, and what I'm running, and it does not compute. That's why I know that the antenna's deaf. They're not running a 15 dBd gain beam. Most of them are like on 3 elements, 4 elements. I'm sorry, dude. A 3-element Yagi or 4-element Yagi does not crank out 15 dBd of gain. Right? 15 dB of gain. And I'll look at the difference in signal strength, what they're getting me on. So if gain on transmit equals gain on receive, that doesn't work. It does not compute. So that's how I know the antenna is deaf. So I should have told you that first. I'm not spitballing with that. I know for a fact that it's down on receive, and I've never had an antenna act like that before. So anyways, we'll catch you later. KD4JRX, man, been a pleasure this side. Anytime, anywhere, jump in and say hello. K1GMM.
Roger, roger. 7-3 there. Enjoyed it, Steve. KD4JRX clear. QRT.
Okay, I'm going to just go silent here, and I'm going to uncork everything. And somebody, what was it, Austie Outdoors? Go ahead and put out a call. I'll listen for a few seconds. And if I can't hear you, I'm going to shut the stream down. So, listening. N2 UNL. What is cooking? Good looking. VA3JPX. Hey, man. Phew, I hear nothing. Zero, zilch, squirt, dry hump. Absolutely nothing but white noise. Yeah, see, everything shifted stateside now. So I could sit here and work stateside probably 20, 30 over coming up in the next half hour. So anyways, I'm going to put this in mute. I'm going to close the stream. 7-3, everyone, and have a really, really great afternoon, evening, wherever you guys are. And I'll be back. I'll be back with some more goodies. Like I said before, more into the operating. I'm not going to be doing too many things with tweaking and stuff like that. No, couldn't hear squat, Andy. So, sorry about that, dude. We'll see y'all later. Thanks for jumping in on the stream. And you're welcome, John. Pleasure this side, buddy. Big time. And appreciate, I need to start saying this. I think you guys need to hear this. I appreciate your support on the channel. And I don't care if anybody watching subscribes, but if you want to be notified of any content I'm putting up or any streams that are going off and you like what you see, if it's a benefit to you, go ahead and hit the like, subscribe button and hit the bell icon for notifications and you'll be notified. Also, that does help push it out. So more people, it becomes more visible. Like I said, I'm not doing this for subscribers. Don't care. Whatever. This is a lot of fun for me. Catch y'all later. And I appreciate that, John. Helpy Helperton here in my dreams. Cheers.